Sports Talk 23 here, and I'm back with another video. I want to talk about the Bulls too sometimes, but it was late night, so I didn't really get in. So I think for the Bulls game coming up against the Celtics, I'm gonna get there. But I'm gonna be talking Bulls Bears. This is sports talk. I'm a Chicago fan, so I'm gonna be talking about Chicago. But getting back to this game, this 49ers Bears game. 33 points given up by the defense, 33-24. This game was interesting because it was like, going into the half, it was 16-9, and the 49ers the Bears, they were good defensively. Like, they only had 9 points. It was like, wow, okay, this is going to be a defensive Bears football type defensive slugfest, right? You're like, ugh, you know what I mean? And for me, I'm thinking, man, I just want Justin Fields to ball out, especially after that Bucks game. I was like, I just want him to ball out, right? Right? And if we look at the stats here, he played pretty well, right? Played pretty well, 19 for 27, 70% completion. 175 yards, a rush touchdown, a throw-in touchdown, and an interception, right? So it was good, right? But it was the defense that lost this game because 33 points. I mean, the Bears scored 22 points. That's a celebration. That's how bad this offense is. 22 points is a celebration. That is crazy. I mean, it was crazy, right? But let me talk about something. First, fire Matt Nagy. I know he wasn't even coaching, but let's think about it. Think about it, though. Justin Fields, by far, had his best game of his NFL career. This game. 70% completion, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 70% completion. He looked confident. He was throwing the ball great. He had that one overthrow, but he was looking great. That move on that 4th and 1 was just amazing, but I'll get back to that. But it's weird how they scored 22 points. The offense looks amazing. He looks amazing. Right when Matt Nagy goes out with COVID, But you think, okay, well, what about all the other games, right? When Bill Lazor was there. But think about it. Remember the first game that Matt Nagy fired himself as the play caller, what happened? They scored 24 points. Isn't that interesting? The offense's 2 best performances is right after Matt Nagy excuses himself. That's really interesting. Fire Matt Nagy. He needed to be fired on his day off. They're already making memes on Twitter and stuff. He needed to be fired on his day off. Because this shows, man, and there was no stupid there was a timeout, you timed out, and then there was a freaking delay of game after the timeout. There wasn't no stupid challenge where, there wasn't anything stupid like that. I mean, there was some stupid calls. There was some conservative calls when, it's 3rd down, you're in the red zone and you throw it, behind, and then they blow Khalil Herbert out. But, yeah, I mean, to me, I just wanted Justin Fields to ball out. I don't even care at this point. This team is not good. I don't care about winning, right? I wanted to beat the Packers, and I wanted to beat the Raiders, right? Because the Raiders always talk crap about the Khalil Mack trade, and the Packers. I just hate the Packers. But other than that, I don't really care. I don't care about the wins. I don't care about the wins or the losses. I just want Justin Fields to play well. And it seems like Justin Fields is getting better and better and better. Because if he can play well, and he can be the guy, I'm praying that he is a quarterback. When I'm 30, I'm 21 years old. When I'm 31, I want Justin Fields to still be the quarterback. I want to grow with him because he's only a year older than me, right? Aaron Rodgers has been the Packers quarterback since I was 8 years old, right? That's what I want for Fields. I hope he plays. But, getting back to this game, the defense was bad. after the second quarter. I mean, you had Jimmy G having time. He was throwing the ball. He was running the ball for touchdowns. I think he had like 2 or 3. He had, I think, 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, and okay. That play on 3rd and 20. It was 3rd and 20, right? And it was okay. So it was 16-9, right? And it was 3rd and 20. So you're thinking in your head, okay, let's just let them get, it doesn't matter what they get. They can get 15 yards. Let's stop them, hold them, right? And then you can get the ball back, and then maybe you can go back, and then you can extend the lead maybe from 19-9. So you have a 10-point lead, or maybe you can get a touchdown, right? To be up, like, more than that, right? So, that would have been great, right? But then it was 3rd and 20. It was 3rd and 20, and they basically got like 80-something yards and almost got a touchdown. But it just so happened that he got out of bounds. But then they ended up getting the touchdown anyway. It was like, you should just give him the touchdown. But it's like, that just completely swinged the game. Or whatever you say. But that just completely changed the game, because now they basically tied up the game. Or no, they missed the extra point. So it was 16-15. But now it's like, you went from stopping them on 3rd down to now you're only up by 1 point. Because if you stop them on 1st down, then maybe you go down the field and score. Now you're up by 10, or you're maybe up by 13 or something like that. So it's like that was like the game, and then that's when everybody was just like, whatever. But then they stall out, right? And then the 49ers go down the field, score, and you're like, oh, this game is getting messed up. But then Justin Fields goes down the field, right? And that 4th and 1 play, oh my God. I was like losing it, because you have to think, like, it was 23? Or I think it was 23-16. And you're thinking, okay, they got to go for it on 4th down, right? So it's 4th and 1, and it looked like it's going to be a run, but then it was a run. Justin Fields holds on to it, and then the freaking 49ers defender is coming at him, and he's leaning. His arm is on. I mean, it looked like he was going to go down. It was like, oh no, Justin Fields is going to get sacked. This game is over. But somehow he jukes the guy out. Then there's like 2 other defenders. He jukes out another defender. He falls down. He runs over. Then they get a block, and he goes in and gets a touchdown. And then they were supposed to tie the game, but he missed the extra point. I mean, that was absolutely amazing. But then you're thinking, okay, that's amazing, right? You're down by 1 point. But the defense, the 49ers went all the way down the field and scored. And I knew they was going to score, right? I was writing on my notes. I was like, they're about to score. This doesn't even matter. So now, then they got the 2-point conversion too. And you're like, okay, you need 8 points. And then Justin Fields, he missed the one throw, and then it didn't look good. You're like, this game's over. But the thing was, it was 20, or what was it, 30 something? It was 30 some points. Even if they would have scored, the 49ers would have just went right down the field and at least scored a field goal, and the game would have been over. So it was like, it just didn't matter. The defense was just absolutely atrocious this game. They were atrocious. They were bad. I mean, they were just, 33 points. Like, we really thought that this would be a freaking good game here. And then the interception, I mean, it's pretty much a desperation, right? I think, you're down by 11 points, something like that. So he just throws it up, and Mooney had 2 hands on it. He had 2 hands on it, came out, intercepted. So it wasn't a bad throw, but that's just not too much to say about this game. Just that the Bears are bad. Justin Fields was good, and at least we can look towards that. And hopefully Matt Nagy gets fired. because it's not like if he was there coaching that it would have been any better. In fact, it probably would have been a lot worse. Seemed like Justin Fields he was running a lot more. And even in the game, they were saying like freaking Trey Lance and Trevor Lawrence had more design runs. He only had like 8 design runs. That's going back to Matt Nagy and his BS. But anyways, Bears lose. It is what it is. At least Justin Fields had a good game. Bulls play tomorrow, right? So that should be good. But I don't know what else to say. Anyways, peace out. Sports Talk 23.